right, folks, welcome back to yet another episode of Fresh Juice, an indie game podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tommy Fresh, and joined as always, it is
Maddie, the juice
Juicer
juicer. What's going on,
Nice.
everybody? How are you? It's good to have you here. We will not be going for the six pack,
Yeah.
because we're not reviewing a game today. But what are we doing today, Tommy?
Little game talk, we got some juicy takes, notable releases, some news, and it's a holiday if anybody cares, which I don't think it's just Memorial Day. I don't know. It's not a big one. Unless it is a big one to you, which is okay. But we got a good episode for you all. It's going to be nice, little hang sesh with the two of us, and you're going to have a good time. But how you doing? What's new? How's your week been?
Yeah, doing good. Just tired as usual, but had a good week last week. It was pretty chill, low key at work, so I was actually pretty productive. Didn't have a lot of meetings and stuff going on. Got a good amount done. And then on Saturday, we just went like this little grocery shopping. It was also World Turtle Day. So we consider that we have a turtle, for those that don't know. She is like a turtle that that Lady Juice found when she was like a little kid. It was like she needed some help. Had her like shell caved in and all that stuff. So we don't really know when her birthday is the point I'm making. So we just celebrated on World Turtle Day. So we gave her cat food because she loves cat food, and she's not supposed to have it
Nice.
really, but on her birthday, gave her a little bit. She was happy about that. Um, and then Sunday was a very busy day because we had our family Memorial Day party. But before that, Baby Juice had her last swim class, so I was doing swim stuff with her. She did very good. And then Lady Juice had she's a tour guide in the local town here. I think I maybe mentioned that in the last episode. She had a tour booked. Ended up being a really great tour for her. She got like a good amount of tips, and they even gave her a little extra because like her boss gave her a little extra because the weather wasn't that great. So ended up being she had a good time and got paid for it, which was nice. And then in the meantime, I took Baby Juice over to our family party. Had a great time there. She was very happy, which was awesome, and got to see some of her cousins and stuff, which was a fun time. And then basically when I got home, Lady Juice was there, and I was just like, I mean, it was time for my daughter to go to bed anyway, and usually my wife puts her to bed, so just kind of gave her the baby, and I just like conked out. I didn't really sleep. I was just laying on the couch, just like, oh, my back, like everything was like hurting. Um, Still a little bit today too, but yeah. So it was a busy day yesterday. It was fun. It was a good time, and then yeah, we have off today, so we actually went over to the Home Depot. Baby Juice loves Home
Ooh.
Depot because there's just a lot of shiny things there. The light section, fan section, all that stuff. Plus, you know what's great is going in. You go to like the carpet, the flooring area and stuff, or the paint area. They got the little free samples. So like
Oh,
she's all
yeah.
in the textures right now. So it's like little texture of the carpet. It's like, here you go, and she just plays with that in the cart, which is fun. And yeah, this week is kind of off today. I got like a half day tomorrow because of a doctor appointment, and I'm off Wednesday. And then I'm going to Atlantic City this weekend. I'm off on Monday. It's like, what is work? What is work? Uh,
You're not going to know
I'm
for
not
a
going to
couple of
know
days.
this week, except for the podcast, which is tough work.
This is
Tough.
hard. This is hard
It's
doing
it's
this.
difficult, but yeah, that's what's been going on. What about you? How's everything going?
Everything's good. Had a busy week. My gym closed, right, for like 2 days to get like new equipment,
Uh,
which is like cool,
Nice.
awesome. New equipment. It's nice that like the money that I'm paying goes to something, rather than just, keeping the lights on. But like, I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do in there in those 2 days that I'm, not going to be working out there? So there's a really, really nice gym like in the next town, like 2 towns over, that I've known people to go to. Actually, I think you've been there. It's well, you did a baseball thing in conjunction with that
Oh,
same
got it.
gym, like
Okay, got it. Yep.
and like that, and I was like, I wonder if they do like free trials because like I looked at like Lifetime Fitness like near me, and I'm like a day pass was like $100. I'm like not doing that, and I'm like somebody's gonna have a free trial, so
Yeah.
I called up this place and I'm like, can I? You guys like I'm interested in like a membership. I'm not because it's like $130 a month, and that's just like if I was
Holy
gonna make
hell.
if I was gonna make full use of it, they got like a pool, they got like classes all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe I could see myself doing it, but like Planet Fitness, like I spend that much. That's like 6 months of Planet Fitness for
Yeah.
me or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I have a Planet Fitness one too. I'm like, that's why I'm like, holy hell, 130. What is
yeah.
all the gym equipment gold? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I mean, I will say it is nice. So I did a free 3-day trial,
Nice.
and I went in, I'm like, whoa, this is like really nice. Like it is nice because like there's a ton of equipment. You don't have to wait for people on the equipment.
Yeah.
All the stuff's pretty updated and stuff like that. And then like if I wanted to do the pool or anything like that, there's also like an indoor track as well. But all that aside, the craziest thing is that I was like leaving the locker room. They have a couple vending machines, like drinks or whatever. And then one of the vending machines was like a trading card, like baseball cards, Pokemon
Yeah.
card packs and stuff like that. And to me, I'm like, this is crazy. So I take a picture of it. I send it in the Buds Discord. I'm like, hey guys, like, isn't this crazy? Is that this like really nice gym that they have this? And like, they couldn't get like, I didn't even notice. And they were just like, oh my God, they're price gouging on all these different packs. And I'm like, I realize this is like why I'll never be like rich or successful or anything is
Mhm.
because I was just like, oh, those are the prices of the things. And I would have just bought them. I would
Yeah.
have been like, yeah,
Yeah.
$18 for that Pokemon pack.
Oh
No
my God.
problem. Stuff like
Is that what it was? Like that high? Pretty high?
One of them was, I think, Prismatic Omens, which is like the rare one that people
Yeah.
are really seeking out and
Wow.
stuff like that.
I didn't
But
even know they had vending machines. That makes so much sense that they would, though. Like
yeah.
I feel like I should see that at like the mall and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty wild. But
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I didn't get anything, but I was like, this is wild. This is crazy. But
yeah,
yeah, so that was cool. And then Saturday, we went to Medieval Times for Lady Fresh's friend's birthday.
nice.
I've never been to Medieval Times.
Really, that was the first
Yeah.
time.
First time. It was fun. Like the kids were into it. Like, like I'm just like, well, I'm here. I'm going to make the most of this. I'm like,
Yeah.
like you cheer for like the knight that is like representing your section
Yeah.
or whatever. Our knight won the battle. That was
Good.
very cool.
Good.
And they got like the choreographed knight or sword fighting, and the sparks are flying off. It was cool, and you
Yeah.
could tell like when like one person was ahead on the choreography, and it'd be like this, and then like the
You
other
gonna
guy
hit
like, like the shield was up like this for like like a good 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But that was cool. And then we went to the family party. It's always good to see the cousins, and that was cool to hang out. A lot of good food, good hang, good chat, and it's a good time at the family parties. Got to play with a lot of the kids too, because like now we're entering the point where like all the cousins are older. We're all our age, and now there's like the second wave of cousins, and they're all running around, and
Yeah.
they just like, throw the ball into the trampoline. Okay, I'll do that for 30 minutes. I'm just like throwing the ball.
My shoulders are killing me.
Yeah. But, it was a good time. And, I always liked the food at our family. The only thing is, the one thing that I really wanted that wasn't there was a Discord. And that's a good thing that we have one.
I fell for that one because I was like, wow, what wasn't there that I didn't notice? And you're right. I didn't see the Discord there.
It was not there, but we have it. Actually, it's good news. We have it here. It's in the show notes. Check out the Fresh Juice Discord. It's a good time over there. But we got to talk about some video games,
Yeah, we do.
and we'll start with a juicy take. I think it's my turn this week for a
It
juicy
is.
take. And for those of you who are new to the show, this is a hot take, a spicy take, a juicy one, if you will. And my take for the week is chasing the magic or the act or even just the vibe of a certain game or genre that was like popular at one point is a trap for indie game developers. I
Mm,
think. I think that we've seen the best games, right, that have come out in the indie game sphere have really created their own kind of magic in a way, just like this vibe or genre defining moment, etc. I'm thinking, things like Celeste. I feel like when you play Celeste, you're like, yeah, we've had platformers before, but like it didn't feel like it was chasing the
right.
success of some other platformer, right? Balatro, right? It didn't that game. There's no game like that, right? It defined a moment.
Yeah.
Slay the Spire, same thing. Shovel Knight, even. I mean, like Shovel Knight's kind of interesting because it's kind of an homage to that, like side scrolling
Yeah.
period, but like it created its own thing in terms of like it was the first to really bring back that retro feel and like be like, hey, games don't have to be like crazy hard. They can just be fun with some difficulty.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a trap for these indie developers to kind of chase that because I think of a lot of the games we've played that have tried to be like Slay the Spire or tried to be like Hades or tried to be like Vampire Survivors. You're just like, yeah, like we liked the original thing. It was cool, right? But where is the like aha moment with these
Yeah.
games? Like I'll even say like, we didn't really like Hellskate. Maybe not because we don't like skateboarding games, but it's like this just kind of feels like, hey, we want to rehash some Tony Hawk Pro Skater stuff into a game.
Hmm.
And I think if you're an indie developer and you're listening and you're like working on a game, I think you got to be like, well, how do I make this my game
Yeah.
that perhaps other people will try to chase and fail, So that is
Yeah.
my juicy take. I think
I,
it's a
I
trap. I think that it's okay to like want to make games that are like other games. I think that's totally okay. But like you're gonna get lost, right, in the shuffle.
yeah. No, I definitely agree. I think Blackjack it's like a great example of that too, where it was well, we talked about it last week, but like it was a game where I was starting to compare it to Balatro and I was struggling, like trying to get my footing in that game until I was like, all right, this is like a different, this is Black Jacket. I need to play it like Black Jacket. So I think that, you know, because it obviously probably has some influence from Balatro, but it's not like some of the other games that we played that are clear, like Gambonanza is like clearly inspired by
Yeah.
Balatro, right? So I think that is, yeah, that's a good point. It doesn't mean like games like that won't find success. It's just they have a ceiling almost because
Mm.
they'll always get compared to that other game. And I think, yeah, that's the tricky part about game development too, is everything is iteration and building blocks on other games, right? Like anything that's ever been made is really an iteration on some other game. But it's like, can you really make it your own? Where it does feel unique and it does kind of push essentially like the medium forward in a way. Yeah, so I think that's a good point. It can be a trap as well because dev is probably and we're not dev, so I'm
Mm.
just kind of assuming how they feel, but it can probably feel pretty comfortable when you're like, all right, I'm gonna make Balatro, but better, right? Or whatever it is, it could probably feel comfortable because oh, people love that game, so they should love this one too. When it's like that's the trap, I feel like people fall in where it's just it's doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's just it's not reinventing the wheel, so it kind of ends up falling flat. And we've played games like that before where we're like, it's fine, but it's it's nothing new from what we've seen. I feel like the survivor like genre as of right now is like the one that kind of is plagued by that, right? Where it's just
Hmm.
like, how can you kind of push that genre a little bit more forward? I think we had a great idea of there needs to be like a Tetris 99 version of a vampire survivor like or
Yeah.
survivor like kind of game. Like that would be really cool. But yeah, I think that's a good point. And it's something that hopefully, I mean, it's something that is always going to happen. It's not like
Yeah.
every developer is going to be able to do something unique, but every one of those games that comes out that's not incredibly unique is a building block to someone finally doing something unique.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a trap, but at the same time, it almost feels like a necessary trap that we
Yeah.
need, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah. I think like, and then I think that as a dev, you kind of have to ask ask yourself the question, like, what is the goal here? Is it to make a game and make money, like make a good game and make money? Then I think it's totally fine to like, you know, base like a lot of it off of other popular games.
Yeah.
If it's to like really just create something that's yours, I think that this is just worth thinking about,
Yeah.
as people who play a lot of these games now. So, but yeah, but speaking of Black Jacket, what have you been playing this week? Because I've been playing a lot of Black Jacket.
Yeah, I've been playing a little Black Jacket. Honestly, I haven't had a ton of time for a lot of games, but I've been playing more Subnautica 2, kind of getting my footing there a little bit, and also just trying to work on like video content for it of like some beginner tips sort of stuff. So I'm kind of taking my time with it so that I could fully kind of understand the game. I've been playing a little bit of that. Um, Outside of that, I'm trying to think if I played really anything else. The Dreadmore playtest ended, so I haven't hopped back into that. I do have a few other games I have installed that I need to hop into for some video content. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, there really hasn't been too much. There's some update, like Dune Awakening just had a big update. Like there's a bunch of stuff that I want to hop back into. I'm kind of getting the itch to maybe try Destiny 2 again, even though
Whoa.
they just announced the last update for Destiny 2, and like they're gonna basically be like having it on maintenance mode, I guess, until the server shut down. So it's basically the end of Destiny 2. But
Wow.
all this news has made me go like, I kind of feel like playing a little Destiny. I don't know. But probably I mean the worst possible timing for it. But um yeah, I'm trying to think if there's been anything else. Not really. I do have Magical Athlete that I still need to crack open so I can teach it to Lady Juice.
Oh,
She's been
you
want.
got that.
Yeah, we got it. It's still sealed, sitting on my table downstairs, and I need to teach it to her because she does want to learn how to play. So maybe we'll do that tonight or something. But yeah. What about you? Black Jacket, obviously, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I've been
how's
playing a
that
lot
been
of
going? You progress through the story?
yeah, progressing, unlocking. I think I have all the suits unlocked except for one now, and then I'm on the third difficulty. So I've beaten the first and second difficulty.
Ah,
So it's just a good game. I was playing even right before we recorded. I'm like, you know what? Let me just hop in and then get some
yeah,
stuff going. I was like worried about the other suits, right? Like like how am I going to enjoy these? And then you're like, wow, there's so much depth there that was really neat. Like I've been really loving the burn deck, and
yeah,
it's it's like fun because there's two different ways you can play that deck. You can just try to burn your opponent's cards to the point where they could never even hit 21, right?
yeah,
And then there's also like you can burn your own cards with it, and like you kind of like recur those cards throughout the game. So you want to burn the good ones so you can grab them later and stuff
yeah,
like that. So it's I've been really liking the depth as I've been kind of getting further into it, and it looks like there's 21 like ascensions, like difficulties.
Oh, okay.
So
Makes
I
sense.
guess I'm gonna
21. Yeah.
yeah, and I'll
There
be
you go.
shooting for that. So that'll be cool. And yeah, I've been really enjoying that. I'm still on another replay of Balatro right now. I'm getting close. So like,
Getting
so
close
like
to
right.
what? To what? 100% it for the fourth time?
Yeah, or this might be the fifth time. I don't really remember, but
That's
actually it is the
impressive.
fifth.
That is like incredibly impressive. I just want to say, because like I struggle. I haven't 100% it once. Like it's you. Like how often or how many attempts does it take you for a deck to like complete that deck or complete that difficulty for that deck? Like
Like
usually.
usually like, I mean, until you get to like the orange stake and the gold stake on these decks, I don't really have that much of an issue. Like some random
Yeah.
variants will like I'll lose, right? In some lower difficulties. But it's really when you get the rentals and then like the what do you call them? The ones that will disappear, and then the rental ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
The jokers
I was gonna say
that
hollow, that's
becomes
not right.
no, the hollow is in a black jacket.
Yeah.
The golly, what the hell is that called?
Ghosts.
Temporary or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know. But like those like become more difficult because especially in the gold, like the economy kind of gets a little messed up, and then like, getting a good joker for only like 5 rounds kind of sucks too. So those will take a little bit longer, but also some decks I just like crank through. Like the plasma deck, I'm just like, that one's so easy because like there's only certain jokers you want in that if the goal is to win, right? You're just like, I just want these ones. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm trying to see how many wins it will take me.
Okay.
Like how little wins it will take me to like 100%.
Yeah.
I think my record is 156 wins, and technically the minimum amount of wins, I don't know if it's actual minimum, is 120. Okay. Trying to get close to that. So
that's how many difficulties in decks there are. Like there's 120 variations.
120
basically.
Variations of the difficulties in decks. It doesn't count the challenges. It just counts the actual regular gameplay.
Okay.
But,
all right.
Yeah,
so you're basically cruising through like 2/3 of the game, basically.
Yeah, and then like it'll be difficult to like actually finish the game.
Yeah.
Like get the gold stickers on all the jokers, but
yeah. I think it's perishable too. Is that the word you were looking
perishable,
for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked it up there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, still a lot of, I mean, I just play on the treadmill, right? And just kind of jam a couple games, and then, on the toilet, in the shower. When I'm driving right now, as we're talking, no.
Mm-hmm. It's like RuneScape. You just always have it up on the side. Yeah.
But no, it's that's what I've been really doing game wise. I have a big week of content coming up because it is a new set in Flesh and Blood, so I'll be doing a 5-hour podcast probably starting tonight.
Yeah.
Where I review every card in the new set. So
just
those are always
solo.
fun. Yeah, I do it solo. It's just too hard to actually schedule with somebody to do it, and the guy I used to doesn't really play the game anymore. So I'm just whatever. I'll rock it solo. Honestly, it's kind of fun, right? And people who listen, who like it, will always like it, and people who don't won't listen. So
there you go.
They'll wait till somebody else is on the pod. But yeah. That's what I've been playing. That's what I've been doing. But I will say there are some notable releases this week. I saw this one. What is it called? Enter the Chronosphere.
Yeah.
This looked kind of neat. Like a turn-based action. Like, there's a lot going on here. And I kind of like the art style. It reminds me of this comic book that I read years and years and years ago called Orcstain. And it's a similar.
Yeah, is that in the R-rated section?
Bring that up, Jamie. Real quick.
I'll bring up Orcstain.
Orcstain. Yeah, Oh yeah, it was such a cool comic.
There it
It
is.
was
That
awesome.
does look cool. Does look
Yeah,
cool. It does.
um, but yeah, this looks kind of neat. And like, looks like it could be a banger. It comes out the 25th, but it'll be early access.
Yeah. It does
It
look pretty
looked like
cool. It
yeah,
it kind of like like in the gameplay, it kind of gives me like Dune Crawl kind of vibes a little
yeah.
bit with like the art style. Um yeah, it does look pretty cool. I guess what is it? A dungeon crawler?
It looks
Turn-based
like
bullet hell.
yeah. I think it's probably close to Arco, which is a great
Okay.
game in terms of the gameplay. Um, so because I saw there's a bundle, so I imagine that might be why.
Yeah. Interesting. And coming out, oh yeah, it's out in early access now. Yeah, it came out today, actually. Got no user reviews yet. Must have just came out. Must have just
Oh,
dropped.
really?
Um, yeah. Usually, I think games usually launch at like 1 p.m. and
Oh,
it's
okay.
2 p.m. right now. So yeah, no reviews yet. But it does have a quote though from Reggie. I thought it was wonderful. Once I was killed off, I wanted to jump back in and play again. There you go, Reggie Fils-Aimé or whatever
Yeah.
from Nintendo,
Uh,
or used previously
classic.
Nintendo.
He's got to get back to be playing Animal Crossing on his Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
no, it looks cool. I really like the gameplay in Arco, and this looks like probably a more gamey kind of version of it, if that makes sense. Like less a vehicle for the story and more for just whatever is going on here.
Yeah,
But kind of looks
this is
neat. I might have
it's
to hop
wild
into it.
too. Like just seeing it, it's a turn-based bullet hell, which is like
Yeah.
you would think would be counter, like counterintuitive, I guess. But you can even see in this gameplay here. At least it was just showing that. But it's like
Yeah.
everything freezes until you make a move, and
Yeah.
then once
That's
you
the
start.
Arco kind of
Oh,
thing.
is that the kind of? I haven't played Arco, so is that kind of
Yeah,
the
yeah. I
shtick
think
with
yeah,
Arco?
you can go down. I think there's the bundle. You could probably
Oh,
hop
there
over
is.
to
Yeah, right
Arco and
there. Yeah.
Arco, like, it's so good. It's such a great game. I think people, you know, should check it out if this sounds cool to you. But yeah,
Oh,
it's on
very
a
similar.
smaller scale than
Yeah.
this other game, Enter the Chronosphere, but looks really neat.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah,
Um.
but
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Enter the Chronosphere.
yeah, and then a game we're probably going to review in 2 weeks is Mina the Hollower, the upcoming Game Boy Color esque game from the creators of Shovel Knight, Yacht Club Games. A lot of hype around this one. Mina has, is it like a yo-yo that she throws, or is it just like a whip? I don't know. It kind of looks like a
Yeah.
yo-yo,
I hope it's a
but
yo-yo.
but
Oh no, it's
yeah,
a
this
whip.
game,
It says
a
whip
lot of,
foes.
uh,
Damn.
well, not playing it anymore. No, this game looks awesome. I mean, Yacht Club Games, you know, Shovel Knight's so good, and this just looks good. I mean, honestly, this is a game I'd want just on a cartridge,
Yeah.
just to
Right.
play this
Yeah.
on a Game Boy Color. But looks really cool.
It does. Yeah. I want to know, what am I seeing in the trailer here? At wait, where is it? That.
Oh yeah,
What
there's
the
some.
heck is that? Are there jump scares in this game? What's going
Yeah.
on here? Why did that
Oh
pop
my
up for half
god.
a second? It's like a
Oh,
big
that's crazy.
like face for those that aren't watching. Like, I don't know what's going on. But yes, this looks awesome. It literally looks just like something you'd play on like Game Boy Advance. And I think I've only ever played a little bit of Shovel Knight. I
Hmm.
did enjoy it. It's one of those games along with Celeste that I really need to go back and play. But I'm excited to hop in to Mina and check it out, because I did enjoy my time with Shovel Knight when I played a little bit of it. And this, yeah, I mean, this just seems like a fun game that maybe doesn't seem like too hard, like similar like the Shovel Knights. I mean, look how cool these puzzles look. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
it's like a it's like Zelda in another universe kind of vibe,
Hmm.
which is pretty cool, old school Zelda. So yeah, excited to check this one out.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Looks
should be
beautiful too.
neat, and it's kind of funny coming off the tail end of me talking about like, yeah, you should be chasing other things, but like there, I have a feeling that this is going to be its own unique experience. That it's like this one feels like they played a lot of these games on Game Boy and were like, well, this is what we wish we could have had back in like the early 2000s,
Yeah.
like in terms of gameplay. So should be really interesting. Now,
Yeah.
Roamstead is another game that's coming out this week.
Yes, it is. This one actually was on my wish list for a while. I kind of forgot about it, but it's it kind of reminds me of like Core Keeper a little bit, where it's
Hmm.
1 to 8 players, it's like an adventure survival game, or you're fighting hordes of the Walking Dead. It says you can build settlements, restore, and you're kind of restoring like the Roman Empire essentially, or you can just go and farm or whatever if you want to. So I feel like this it has a good amount of followers on Steam, but I do feel like this one is gonna get a kind of a cult following. It's going to be pretty popular as long as it's well made. But I keep seeing it. They've had some play tests. It's coming out in early access on the 26th. And it was also, yeah, I think this is where I saw it. I saw it at the Triple I initiative this year and added it
Oh
to my
yeah.
wish list.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I think this one will do pretty well. I don't know if it's something that I will have time to play, but I think eventually I probably will hop in and give it a whirl. I'm not like super into the Roman aesthetic with things. I know it's like that's what um the meme is, that like men are always thinking about the Roman Empire, right? Or something like
Yeah.
that, or whatever it is. I'm not really super into it for whatever reason. But so maybe that's kind of why I'd be pulling away from this a bit. But it could be fun, so might end up trying it out. But anyone who's kind of into like the core keeper sort of vibes, I feel like will probably like Roamstead.
Yeah, it does look neat. It reminds me of like almost like multiplayer Stardew Valley
Yeah.
as well, with some, added, combat stuff. Yeah, I'm not big on the Roman Empire stuff either. Honestly, I'd be way more into it if it was like ancient Egypt or something like that.
Oh,
Because like,
same here. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Got to
always
rebuild
just
the pyramids or something.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in.
And fight
Yeah.
some mummies.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. That'd be
Yeah.
sick. But yeah, looks cool.
Speaking of
Now,
mummies, sorry, did you see
yes,
the new Mummy movie that came
not
out?
yet, not
Okay,
yet.
because I downloaded it, but I haven't watched it. But I'm like, is this related to the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies?
No,
Okay, it's
no,
like a
no, no.
totally separate thing because it looks
Totally
scary.
separate. Yeah, it's
Okay,
like
it's a
it's
horror,
the
I guess.
guy who did the most recent Evil Dead, so it's gonna have
Okay,
like some crazy, gore and stuff like that.
gotcha. Okay,
People are pretty mixed on it, to be honest, from what I heard, but I still want to watch it because
yeah,
I did like Evil Dead Rise, the movie that guy made. So
yeah,
should be interesting.
cool, cool.
Now there's some news. I
Ooh,
saw this the other day. Slots and Daggers, which I think was our game of the year last year,
yes, it was absolutely
uh,
that we
is now
didn't talk
out.
about beforehand either. We
Oh
both
yeah,
ended up landing on this being the game of the year for us.
yeah, yeah. That was crazy. It's out now on all the consoles, which is cool. Get it in front of more players. I mean, this is like, I could see myself just being on a plane rocking this on the Switch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and this game was so much fun. So I just wanted to, it's good to see. It's like this is like a game that probably the developer didn't ever expect to do as well, and then like, now it's getting the full release on all these consoles, which I think is a big moment for it. So really wanted to shout it out. I saw it. I followed the dev on TikTok actually.
okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Um, cool. Where's the mobile release? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that would
No.
be.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's coming to other consoles. I'm happy people will try it out. Hopefully. I honestly I don't really know how successful it'll be on everything that isn't the Switch. Because
Yeah,
I just kind of feel like the Switch player base is probably more tolerable for like these little bite-sized kind of games. But I'd love to see this on mobile at some point. Maybe this is a stepping stone towards that. This is part of their plan, but um, it's also great to see them like continuing to kind of work on this, even if it's not updates. It's getting into more players, because I just kind of felt like this game was like, this is it. It's all packaged up. There it is. We're gonna move on to
Mm-hmm.
something else. Um, but yeah, very cool. Very cool to see. And I don't know if do they mention on here? No, they don't mention anything about mobile release. So would be nice. I'd love to play that again. That's definitely a game that I could see myself like 100%ing on mobile.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot of games I can kind of say that for. So, yeah, Slots and Daggers. What a gem. What a
That was a
gem.
gem. That was
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, I like. I just hope that maybe we get like a larger sequel, right? I think that
Yeah.
is probably like what I would
More
really enjoy.
Slots and Daggers. There you go.
More slots, more daggers.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, you know, because I think it was a solo dev. Like I think if you can kind of like get in there and like really expand this game, like the gameplay was just so good that I
Yeah.
think you could really make a great sequel. Just keep that same sound design because it was so
Oh, yeah.
crisp.
Yeah, I can hear it right now.
Yeah.
Make me want to play it. Yeah. It does say
Now,
it's got a 4 to 8
oh
hour campaign, so be nice to
yeah,
get, endless mode or something like that in the game.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Boss. I maybe there's a boss rush. I feel like, but I don't remember. I haven't hopped in since I
Yeah, it's
beat
been
it.
a minute. Yeah.
But some other news: a Mario Kart maker. Hmm.
Yeah, so I keep seeing this pop up on my Twitter feed. It's this game, I think it's called Kart Maker. It's on Steam, and they have been, at least from what I can tell on Twitter, they've been like iterating on this game for a while with a lot of play tests, and I think I even got into a play test, but I didn't have the time to play it. But essentially, think of like Mario Kart 64, but it's a kart maker, like similar to Mario Maker. And the title of the article is like, if Nintendo won't make a Mario Kart Maker, this indie game could be the next best thing. And I think I just love um, these kind of games, especially like I get really excited for these sort of games, like with was it Questmaster,
Mm-hmm.
for the Steam machine, because I'm like, if I can set this up on my TV, like just have a little Steam machine next to it, and I can just play, with my wife, like we just sync some controllers up, very much like a console experience, and just we're able to play Kart Maker in a bunch of different ways, or Questmaster or whatever. I think that is um, this is something that like people have been asking for I think a pretty long time. I'd love to see this also with Mario Party, if there was like a something like that where
Oh.
you could build your own kind of courses and stuff. But yeah, very cool. And really what I wanted to kind of talk about with this, aside from like, your opinion on the kart maker game, is just the way they structured the title here of like, if Nintendo won't make it, then the indie game would. I think
Mm-hmm.
that that's like kind of an interesting conversation. If AAA won't do it, like indie games will do it. And at what point do these AAA studios start saying, "All right, we need to hire some of these indie devs, tap into like we need to do something that people think a AAA game wouldn't do, kind of thing." Because obviously, I think the reason they haven't done a cart maker is because they just make money from the DLCs, right? And like they make money by selling the
Yeah.
courses. I think, Mario Maker exists because there's just so many Mario games, and they're not really releasing like DLC in the same way for like Super Mario World and things like that. So I think they were more like open to doing that, but I'd love to see it for Zelda and for like an official one, and for Mario Kart, and for Mario Party. Even like something like Super Smash could be cool, like build your own fighter kind of thing.
Mm.
It might not be a course or the level, but just like a build your own kind of fighter. Uh, Stuff like that, I think, is kind of probably scares AAA, because like they're like, well, how can we make money on this? But it's also just such a great thing for like the longevity of the game. So anyway, yeah, I just thought it was a cool kind of highlight here on this kart maker game.
Yeah, it is really neat. I mean, people like I think like what Nintendo doesn't understand. Like, yeah, they probably just look at the numbers and they're like, yeah, Mario Maker made up. I think the original Mario Maker made a lot of money, and then the
Yeah.
sequel, I don't know how it did that. Like, if it did that well, but I think they looked at that and they're like, oh, we'll just put like the creative stuff in our games, like not Breath of the Wild, the Tears of the Kingdom. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you could just build whatever there. It's just like it's not the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Not the same in the sense of like, I don't want like something like that. It's more like it'd be really like the way Quest Master does it, where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
the dungeon part is like people can build different dungeons. We kind of talked about this, like imagine Breath of the Wild, but every time you go into a shrine, it would say like built by another player, right? And so like your playthrough could be different than my playthrough for like, oh, did you play again? Did this is how my dungeon was, like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think that the issue, like with Tears of the Kingdom, it's like when I play a dungeon, I want there to be like, this is the way you beat the dungeon. But in Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, well, there's a ton of ways you could beat, like you
Yeah.
could solve things because you could fly over the map and all this sort of stuff. I like that's kind of where I draw the line in terms of like how much freedom I would want. But yeah,
I,
cool.
I always think of the meme. It's like a YouTube comment. Somebody's like, "Oh, I'm stuck on the water temple." It's like Ocarina of Time. I'm stuck in the water temple. It's so hard. It's like, anybody have any tips? And like nobody answered. And then like 10 years later, somebody's like, just seeing this, but like, hope everything's going well. And the guy responds is like, it couldn't be going worse. It could not be going worse right now. So
Yeah, yeah.
but
Um,
yeah, Mario Kart Maker, pretty sick.
it is pretty
Mythic
cool.
Kart Maker, sorry.
And yeah, oh sorry, yeah, Mythic Kart Maker. But it's this also reminded me also, I forget if it was Mario Maker 1 or 2, but shout out to Bags, because this every time I think of Mario Maker, I think of this. We were walking around the mall and we were talking about how like we were just talking about Mario Maker. I think it had just come out. It was $50 as well, which
Mm-hmm.
is like, awesome nowadays for a game
Yeah,
like that
back
to be
then you're
50
like, whoa.
bucks. And we were like, oh yeah, it's cool. I don't know if we'll get it. And then all of a sudden, we found $100 bill on the ground. We looked around and tried to see if it was anyone's. It wasn't, and we're like, We went and got 2 copies of Mario Maker, and it was like we were like, we couldn't believe it. Like it was wild. I forget if it was number 1 or number 2, but I think it was
Probably
1.
the first
Yeah,
one.
I think it
Yeah.
was the first one. But that's what I think of with Mario Maker. Now, did we play a lot of it? I don't think we played that much. I think we played a little bit of it, then moved on to other things. But it was
I
still a
used to
cool
stream
memory.
that game. That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
that was my game to stream, like when I was in college. And like I would just be like, I'll play viewer levels,
yeah,
and it was fun. I really love that game. But
yeah.
yeah,
I
shout out Bags.
I played. I used to stream Mario Kart 8 and would go up against viewers and stuff and get smoked. So that was
Mario
fun.
Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I think, are the best Mario Karts. I do like
Yeah,
Mario Kart World. I'm not like a Mario Kart World hater like there's some people out there, but Mario
yeah.
Kart 8 Deluxe was
Yeah,
perfect.
the only thing, like you take Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? And you add Knockout Tour to it. I feel like then it's like,
Then
whew,
it's the perfect game.
oh
Like
yeah, it's
yeah.
I'm like waiting for them to add some of the courses from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to Mario Kart World, like if it's possible. I know there's more racers and all that, but like I want the sink
I
one,
think
the
you could do
bathroom
it.
one where you go, whatever that one's called. Where you're
Oh yeah.
like I want like some of those courses. I love those ones.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Kart 8, that is top tier Mario Kart for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, there were a couple updates on I just saw for kind of worth noting on some games that we gave, I think, certified fresh juices.
Yeah.
Death Howl has a new rebirth mode, where you can hop back in and do it in a more difficult, like it's a higher difficulty. And I think like you have to, the decision making is a little bit more important. I think like you can't just like kind of force your way through some of the stuff,
Yeah.
but like it looks pretty neat. I also like that like you kind of reskinned as like that light blue. It looks really neat as well.
Yeah. It's like a new game plus kind of vibe, it seems like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Master
um,
Quest.
it's that looks cool for those who played that and want to hop back in. The game just was so beautiful. I really
Yeah.
like that one. Um, and there's also custom mode with it as well. And then Skull Horde has a big update, which is good to hear. Like that was like pretty soon after its release. It's
Yeah.
the Blood Feast update, which I think just adds a bunch of new stuff, as well as I forget exactly what
It's
was in it.
25% off right now, too, till June 7th.
Ooh, what?
They got new items,
Folks,
new units, new level. There's a boss rush
folks.
level.
Oh yeah,
Some
yeah.
new
I mean,
features.
gotta love a free update like this. Very
Yeah.
good to see.
Yeah.
But like funny enough, because it's the same dev as Boar Blasters, and they were doing some pretty sick updates on that too. So it's good to see these devs kind of continue to work on these games because Skull Horde was sick. That was a really good game. So
Yeah. And I also love, like, this is like a small thing, but they have this warning here for this update. I'm sure maybe they do this for a lot of them or all of them, but it's like, these are tested. Here's where you can find your save file, right? In case you want to back it up before you update. I think that's like a
mm,
big deal because usually it's like, someone realizes something broke and then tries to find where their save file is, see if it's backed up or whatever. But this just saves people time because I'm always like, I don't know where the save file is, if I
yeah.
want to back it up before I patch it. So nice little addition there as well. But yeah, very cool. Looks like they also on May 1st they had a Dodge overhaul update.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
did see that as well.
yeah, implemented evasion stat to replace dodge scaling. And then there's some new items related to dodging. Pretty cool. Yeah, they added that stuff in.
It's a banger. It's a
Yep.
banger. Will it be our game of the year? I'm not sure, but it's probably up there. I mean, it's obviously it was a certified fresh juice, so it
Yeah.
certainly must be in the running. We'll see if this year our game of the year is a game we reviewed, which
Yeah.
last year Slots and Daggers snuck in there. Now next week is, I mean, you're going to do some traveling. I might review a game. We'll see if I have time. If not, it'll just be game talk. But we're also going to be hopping into Mina the Hollower. We would
Yeah.
have done that, but it comes out on Friday. You're traveling. It's like, how much are we going to be able to actually play of it before we review it?
Yeah.
So,
Want to give it
uh,
some more time, for my
got
thoughts.
gotta let it marinate.
Yeah.
But let's get to some listener questions.
Ooh.
The Fresh Juice Discord is where you can submit these, or you can just be one of our wives.
You could be one of our wives.
You can be
Join the
one of our
Discord,
wives.
find out how to apply.
Just make sure you just click that wife roll. But the first one comes from R Carp, who asks, "What's your favorite game to play at an arcade?"
It's a good question. I always love skee ball. I love playing some skee ball. I also love pinball.
Hmm.
But if I'm thinking of like a video game kind of arcade, right? Like where it's, uh it's a video game, right? And not like a physical kind of game. Um let's see. It's tough. I love Pac-Man, I'll be honest. I love playing Pac-Man. Um I don't know, what are you thinking for this? You got something that comes to mind?
I'm a big pinball fan for sure. I remember at my movie theater that is now defunct. Unfortunately, there was a Tekken.
Mm,
Maybe it was like Tekken 7. And I don't know if I liked it more so than like I just figured a way to cheese it, and I would just make it to the final boss every single time I played because I had like one way you could just hit the buttons in a certain way, and it's just
Yeah.
like the AI could not handle, the actual fighting there. And I'll hop into like one of the cruising games,
Oh,
like
yeah.
where you drive and you race and stuff like that. Those will be fun. And then you gotta like double tap
Yeah.
your throttle to like do a wheelie. That was always cool. But yeah, I like games like that. Like I'm not really into like the time crisis games as much. Like where they can be fun, but it's not really my thing. But yeah, I do like Galaga. To be honest, too.
Ooh,
Galaga's
Galaga's
a
good. Yeah.
banger.
Oh, yeah. Galaga's up there. I used to play Galaga on my phone. Now that I think about it, all the time. I got to get back into that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Gauntlet at the arcade.
Gauntlet's good. Yeah, when you can find it, like I'm playing it for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or even like other like beat 'em ups and stuff like that. Those can be fun, like
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the arcade.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Arcades are awesome.
Next question comes from MF98170. If you can go to lunch with George Washington, what questions would you ask him?
I have no idea. I would ask him, does he have wooden teeth at this point? I don't know.
Probably. I feel like you get those early.
Yeah, I'd be like, do you got to treat them? Like, how do you, I don't know. I don't know. I'd be like, dude, the British suck, huh? Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you ask him?
I would ask him, hey, let's say I'm back in time talking to him. I'm like,
yeah,
America, new, whatever. There's going to be new money. They're going to make new money. And I'm going to let you guess which monies you're going to be on, right?
yeah.
One coin, you get one coin and you get one like dollar, like bill.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see what he says. He's like, surely I'll be the $100 bill. You think.
You'd think. But that guy's he wasn't even a president. Yeah. He does have the highest coin. Oh, well, like normal coin, though. I guess there's the 50-cent coin or whatever in the dollar. But, it's typical common coin. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, if it was Abraham Lincoln, like, guess what? $5 bill. Pretty good, right? Not bad. That's a pretty useful bill. Bad news about the penny.
Yeah.
They're not making them anymore.
Yeah. But, they have their own look to them,
Mm-hmm.
It's like you got a different material than the other coins. So good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know what I'd really ask George Washington. It'd be like, I don't know, like, did you think about maybe starting a new country without slavery? Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, right.
Did that cross your mind? Or?
Yeah. You think of that? Also, if you, I don't know. I have no idea what I would ask him. How's Martha? Like, I don't know. I mean, he's supposed to be pretty tall, right? And like redhead.
Washington?
I think he was like 6 foot. Like back then, that was pretty tall, I think. I don't know.
I mean, 6 foot is tall, I think, to me, anyway. Height. He could. Oh, wow.
I think he was. And he had red hair.
6'2".
There you go. Yeah. So I'd be like, what's it like to be tall? Like, do people...
You're like the tallest guy.
You're the biggest dude. That's why you're able to do that, the stuff you did.
6'2".
Yeah.
Dude.
He's a big guy. Yeah.
Now, we should be thankful that basketball didn't exist back then, because he might have been like, oh, I'm going to play that and not be a general.
True, yeah. He could have. And
Mm-hmm.
I'd ask him about Hamilton. I'd show him a clip. Be like, you're singing in this. That's you.
I'd be like,
Don't look like
is
you.
he is George Washington in the show Hamilton?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's not white either. So I think George Washington would have a problem with that, it seems like.
Yeah, he probably would.
Yeah.
You know,
So that would be an
we'd be
interesting
like,
conversation.
you're gonna have to get over this, George.
Yep.
This is 2026,
It is.
right?
Yeah.
250 years later, you know,
Yeah.
and this is what we do.
Yeah.
This is the real world.
And I would
But-
also, the last thing I would do is I would have him say, welcome to the Fresh Juice podcast. And
so we can record it.
and then we'd play that at the beginning of all of our episodes. And then, I don't know, episode 100, we'd be like, oh, by the way, guys, that's George Washington that's actually George Washington at the start of all of our episodes. And then we go viral. They start writing articles about us. They say, how did you do it? And then we just go
George,
dark.
Also, good news, George. There's a big bridge named after you.
Yeah.
Bad news. It is the worst bridge to ever drive on. And then he's going to be like, what is driving?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we need to back up a few, George.
Yeah, it's like in cars, you know. Yeah. I don't know. You know, that's a question. It's a question.
Yeah, it's like a carriage, but like the horses aren't there.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh God, just bring me back. But
take me back. We're done here.
We're done here. Next question comes from Bags, who asks, do you guys have a favorite barbecue beer? Now we're going to interpret this as a beer to drink at a barbecue or a beer to drink with barbecue, but we can have an answer for both if we want.
Yeah, I at a barbecue, like I like a Corona with a lime. I feel like I get the kind of summer vibes with that. You know, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's what kind of pops in my head. With barbecue food, I don't know, just like a nice lager, I guess, typically. Something like that. I can't think of like a specific one that I've had with barbecue because I don't always have like a beer with like barbecue food, but yeah, I don't know. Corona pops in my head as just like an easy one that's usually around at like a barbecue party, something like that. But what about you?
Yeah, I like at like a barbecue, like a picnic or whatever. I like something light and crisp, so you can, you know, drink a few of them. Although I don't mind like when it gets later and it's like cools off. Like we were at our family party yesterday and it was pretty chilly, and I was drinking lager and it was good, but like honestly because it was chillier, I'm like I could have used like a nice hearty IPA with it, but with barbecue, I think a good pilsner pairs really well with barbecue. Just like something, because there's a lot of fattiness and sweetness with barbecue that sometimes pilsner will kind of help. You don't want anything roasty, I don't think, with it, so you don't want like a stout. But
yeah,
I also like a nice crisp West Coast like sessionable IPA with food. I think it is usually, you know, very citrusy, kind of like attacks, like kind of acidic that kind of attack the fattiness.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool.
So, yeah.
That's good. There's an answer from an expert right there. There you go, Bags.
That's just what I like. But I also think I think most people would agree. Most beer people would agree. Now, let's get to the rec room. This is where we recommend something that perhaps is not in any game. We both have beverages to recommend.
Yeah, we
this
do.
week. I'll start. I'm recommending margaritas. You know, it's we've been on a big margarita kick, and what we've been doing is I'll make like a pitcher, right? Like usually like a half a pitcher. and just throw some ice in there, throw it in the fridge, let it all chill down, and then you're just like, all right, let's sit down outside, like when it's nice out, and just have a few margaritas.
Yeah.
And Lady Fresh is always like, I don't know what you put in those, but they hit really hard. I'm like, I feel fine. I don't know what you're talking about. But I think, and I'm gonna give my recipe for what I think is a really good margarita recipe. So you want a good, clean silver tequila, right? So my go-to is Espolon.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably seen it at the liquor store. It's got like a skeleton guy riding like a giant rooster. Very, very cool logo, but it is a really good tequila, especially for mixing. So you get the silver version of that. And you're going to do, I guess, what you would call 3 parts of that, right? So like that is going to be like let's say
You say Espion?
Espolon, Espion, Flareon.
All right.
So 3 parts that, and then you want to get a good orange liqueur, right? I like the dry curacao that you can kind of get. I forget what the brand is, but you can get like a Grand Marnier if you want to spend a little bit more money, etc. I like, you want to do 2 parts of that, right? Throw that in, whatever. And then you do 1 part lime juice, fresh lime juice. Got to do fresh lime juice. So you squeeze some limes, folks. Get that in there. And then, like, to your taste, a little agave syrup in there. You don't have to, like, measure that out. Just be like, oh, just to cut the edge a little bit. Not too sweet, but just like a little bit, mix that in there. So, like, it's not, like, too hot, like, too boozy.
Yeah.
Mix that up. I've been doing, like, 2 cups of tequila and then, a cup and a half of, or no, wait. Yeah, no, a cup and a half of the orange liqueur, and then 3/4 cups of the lime juice, and then just boom, 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 boom. You got a lot, multiple servings. You don't have to like make new ones. You can do the salt on the rim if you want, but
yeah. How much ice? Like, what's the ice level?
I don't know. I throw it in there, just like kind of dilute it a little bit, mix it up, get it cold. Then you can throw it in the fridge so it doesn't like really melt too much, and you have like really watery tequila or margaritas. But yeah,
beautiful.
It's the drink of the summer, folks.
There it is. I've never been super into margaritas. I've had some good ones. I remember particularly like one of the weddings we were at. There was like a margarita like station. So I had some there, and that was good. But that's my problem with margaritas is that like that burn,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where
I'm just get a little sweetness in there.
Yeah. So I've had good ones. It's like it's got to be well made, I guess, or like made to not be like that.
Then sometimes they're way too sweet, and you're like, this is going to be a real problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're just like, ugh.
Yeah. It's good. Nice. The drink of the summer. There you go.
Drink of the summer. Last summer, it was Sauvignon Blanc with frozen jalapenos in it.
Oh yeah. I remember you mentioning that. Yeah,
that was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be the drink of the summer too. I think there could be multiple drinks for a summer. But
that's true. Hey, it's multiple weeks, multiple months.
This could be a July drink, maybe an August drink. Who knows? Half of September.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you have to recommend?
I am recommending a non-alcoholic drink, Arizona iced teas. I'm recommending them because they're awesome. And I was at Walgreens the other day. Those who don't know Walgreens, I assume you do. It's a convenience store. But it at a pharmacy. Convenience store, pharmacy. It's a convenience store, right?
Is it? I think it's just like a pharmacy. I think like I don't know if anybody's ever called Walgreens a convenience store. I mean, like, listen, there's like convenient stuff in there.
Yeah, I'd say it's convenient,
Sure.
Okay. But they had for 3 Arizona iced teas for $2. And normally they're 99 cents. So I picked up 3. I have them in my fridge.
Cans, right?
Big old cans. Yeah, the cans. And I also found out that if you ever see Arizona tea cans that are not listed at 99 cents, you can like report it to Arizona because apparently that means that store is like upcharging it. like, and they're
Wow.
not supposed to be, because it literally says 99 cents on the can. So there are places that do that apparently. But yeah, so just shout out. I mean, I got the green tea, but the Arnold Palmer's good too. The raspberry one is good. I usually just pick up some green teas though every now and then, just to have like an alternative to like an energy drink. If I need a little, I'll pour it in a cup, and then I'll just kind of have a little bit of that with a little ice. Um, you know, put a little tequila in it. A little,
Whoa.
no, not really, but yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. So shout out to Arizona Teas, something that has not been affected by inflation or tariffs or anything like that. So shout out to them. Arizona Teas and Costco hot dogs, something that hopefully will never change. So there we go.
I got dinged by a tariff right here.
Ooh,
Actually,
did
something
you?
I ordered like a while ago from overseas, and they just sent me the tariff bill.
Oh my
'cause
God.
they weren't paying it.
Yeah.
I'm like, $70. I'm like, what the hell?
And
It's like almost like half of what I paid.
Was that like, because I know our buddy, shout out Matt, he is a UPS driver. So sometimes
Mm-hmm.
he has to like hold a package until the person pays the tariff. So was that the situation here? Like, have you already received it and then you got
I
the tariff?
had the package, and then
Oh.
FedEx sent me the tariff.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'm like, what am I gonna do? I pay it? Like, I don't know. I have the thing. I'll give the thing back. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Wow. Wild.
But
yeah,
it's a
I haven't
crazy
been
world
dinged
we
with
live
that
in.
yet, and I have ordered some stuff from overseas, so I'm sure it'll
Yeah.
happen at some point. But
I think it was because it was probably a smaller company that just wasn't thinking about it or whatever, and then it is what it is. But hey, that's gonna do it for the show, though.
Yeah, it is.
Don't you think?
I think it is. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But I've been Tommy Fresh. You can find me on Blue Sky at Fresh Blood Spot. I have another podcast about Flesh and Blood. New set comes out in 2 weeks. We have a pre-release this week called Omens of the Third Age, not the First Age, Third Age, and looks pretty cool. I'll be doing a 4 to 5 hour set review this week, so if you follow me over there, you'll see that. You can find us on all socials at Fresh Juice Pod. Where can people find you, Matt?
Find me at Manny Gorm, Gorm, on all the socials, except for Instagram, Manny Gorm YT over there. And yeah, I haven't been posting a lot lately, but I do have some stuff that I need to post for. Not need, but I want to post for some survival-y games that reached out to me that I want to check out, and kind of just do like a little playthrough video and give my first impressions and such. So be on the lookout for that. But there we go. Another good ep in the books. And next week we'll be back to reviewing games.
Oh, yeah. Computer. End the podcast.